Hi everybody, it's Francisco with the thedevlife. In this video, I'm going to talk about a mistake that a lot of developers make as soon as they gain enough experience to start working on their projects. Stay tuned because this video could save you a lot of time. Before we get into the video, for those of you who are new to the channel, I want to share a little bit about myself so you get an idea, a little bit of context of who I am and what I do. I've been a programmer, or I've been coding since '99. I started freelancing back in 2001. I didn't work full-time as a developer until 2015 is when I got my first job as a full-time developer. During those years from 2001 until 2015, I worked for a construction company. I learned a lot about business, about project management, and IT because I used to do their IT work, networking and stuff like that. So by the time that I actually got my job as a full-time dev in 2015, I think I was ready. I think I had enough knowledge to build my own projects and enough insights to be able to see the business side of things. Even though this sort of ties in with today's video, enough about me, let's get into the topic. Who does this problem affect? And like I said before, this affects developers who are proficient enough to start building their own applications. You've had an idea that you've been wanting to develop and now you have the know-how to start doing it. Trust me, I went through the same thing. I made the same mistake and I want to save you some time. So what's the problem? Once you have your initial prototype and you start giving it out to people so they can start using it, the first thing we do is wanting to build features that maybe are not wanted by your audience or your users, and you spend a lot of time developing them. This problem doesn't affect everybody. I think it affects developers who just gained enough knowledge to start building their own applications. Maybe not new developers because they don't have the knowledge of being able to build, their own application. They're still learning and trying things out. And this problem specifically, what it is that once you start building your own application and you give the prototype to your users or your intended audience, the first thing we want to do, since we know how, is start building features that are not needed for this application that you're trying to build. So we tend to spend a lot of time, hours and hours, making things or features that you think are very important for your application, but sometimes it might just be your ego that telling you that, oh, I know how to build this thing, so let's just put it into the application, and this might get more users, or maybe the current users would like the application more. I think the approach you should take is find out from your users the features they actually do want and work on those. Not just because you know how to build something and connect the database to an API, or maybe you can integrate with some API that you like and you think it's cool. Don't just do it because you know how, because you're gonna spend a lot of time making it work, debugging it, and then at the end it's not going to have any ROI. So you wanna make things that are going to get you a return in your investment, and the investment you will be making this time is your time. So what I suggest is simple: stay practical. Don't go out and start building things just because you know how. Don't start implementing every technology that you know or using every framework that you know how to use. I think the best way to do it is stay focused, talk to your audience, get their feedback, find out what they actually want, and then once your feedback is validated, then you can spend the time on doing it. This way, it's going to save you hours and hours of work that's being thrown away just by developing features that are not needed. If you want to learn more about this way of thinking, I suggest you pick up the Lean Startup by Peter Thiel. I think it's a great book. I learned a lot from it. And ever since I read that book, it saved me a lot of hours. I want to put a link to the book in the description. Again, simple, stay practical, don't build useless features. Make sure that you actually validate your features before you start building them. If you found this video useful, please subscribe so you get notifications when we post our next videos. Oh, by the way, before we go, we created a Discord, link below. Check it out. There is a lot of developers sharing their knowledge, answering questions. So if you're a new developer, come on in and post your question and we'll try to get it answered as quickly as possible. Catch you in the next one.